Welcome back, Fun Fam. And if you're brand new to the channel, welcome in to follow the Bradley's Fun. This is the Daily Dish, and we finally got to it. Oh my goodness. I hope that wherever you are having a phenomenal day, maybe a much better day or morning than I am having. Speaking of the day, it is the 10th day of April 2025, and we made it. We got it started. So I came into the studio as I usually do. I typically don't really need to do a whole lot to get the show set up. And let me make sure that you guys are hearing me okay. Yeah, okay. So I typically don't have to do a lot to get the show set up. And I came into the studio this morning at like 20 after 9 to get things ready and set up and ready to go, and my laptop was frozen. It was just like, okay, so I had to do a hard reboot, which means I had to shut it down by the button and then wait for it to completely boot back up. And this thing is I want to say that this laptop, I think it's from before the pandemic. It sat unused for years as a brand new laptop when I first got it, and I just didn't use it a whole lot. And so I started using it for the show last year. So it's still fairly in new condition, but they take a long time to boot up. So I've got to get some new equipment going on. I'm going to say hi to everybody that's here in the chat. And we'll get that going. I'm going to have to rush things a little bit, get us back to where we need to be. I did notice that I didn't do the 5-minute countdown because, well, we're already running a little bit behind. So we'll just catch up. Normally, I like having the half-hour long period of time to say hi to everybody and to get the show started and kind of casual conversation to get woken up, to get my energy going, because as you guys know, you are the energy, you're the energon to my transformer that makes me, transform and roll out of bed in the morning.
Toast, Autobots. Boy, these are good. I needed to refuel. Energy. This stuff's the greatest.
All right. Well, so at least it does look like now that everything is back up and running, it is in fact working, and that's a good thing. Although I feel like my screen is a little blurry. I don't know. I'm gonna see if I can camera correct here. Did that help at all? I don't know. I don't know if it actually helped at all. I'm trying to see on the picture here. Anyhow, eventually I will get an updated. I have to get one before, I think it's October or something, when they stop updating Windows 10. I'm going to have to go for Windows 11, or maybe they'll have a Windows 12 by then or something. I don't know. But yes, that is the goal. And what helps with that goal is all of you guys being here and watching and clicking the like button and all that thing. By the way, if you are watching the replay, click that like button on the way in. Comment down below, replay gang, and let us know your thoughts on any of the stories that will play out today. First through the door this morning was that service dog. Good morning, beautiful people. Good morning, that service dog. When we have Kaladin 910 is here. Good day. Good to see you all. And this was, I think, me. Good morning, Fun Fam. Yes, indeed. And my mom is here. Hello, Mom. Everybody say hi to my mom in the chat. Calvin. Then there's all those messages about having to delay the show from me. And then Tom F comes in with a hey, all Calvin and 910 is still here, saying hi back to 910. Jonathan Rubin is in the house. Bangarang. Hi, everyone. Time for some fun with Ron. Let's hope so. I hope we have a fun time and get our day started correct. Pam Emson is here. Yesterday, we had a good chat. You kind of missed, I think they missed the live, but that's okay. So later, we're talking about the talk about Universal coming to the UK. How interesting is that? How cool is that going to be? The Bud files are here, and Go and Shogi, another great wrench, is in the house. What is up, Go and Shogi, Mr. Fulton Mraz? Morning, Ron. I have big breaking news today. Let us know in the chat what your breaking news is, Mr. Fulton Mraz. Glad you are here. Let's see anyone I haven't said hi to. Oh, here it is. There's a breaking news. Colts and Allegiant. Congratulations again, being selected as one of our Hall of Fame winners. We are thrilled to offer you the opportunity to join this group for the 2025 NFL season this year. Is that the Colts that are getting welcomed into the Hall of Fame? I don't know. But what I do know is I love to celebrate all of you. Let me see here. I got to put this on the screen. And we're going to share this. Okay. Give me just a minute to get to where I need to get to. All right. We've got a sale going on in the merch shop. Just want to let you know. And I want to get this on the screen so you can see it. Here's our merch shop. Follow the Bradley's Fun. We got the Make Disney Walt Again hat. I've got time in this sale to actually issue new merch, and I have an idea for the broccoli thing, Broccoli Mountain, so that might come up. But we've got 20% off on everything right now across the board. 20% off on everything right now. So whether it's the Make Disney Walt Again hat that you can see there, which is the one I'm wearing right now, fits comfortably. Go and Shogi has one. We've got the Make Disney Walt Again mug. We've got Follow the Bradley's Fun, the Fedora Finds t-shirt design, and putting that in my favorite color. It looks like this. There it is. Follow the Bradley's Fun, Finding Fedora. I was going to call it Findings Under the Fedora, but that was just too long of a name. So Fedora Finds is what it ended up having to be to shorten the name up of the show. And then we've got, of course, you've got bags and hoodies and aprons as well. And again, you can change the colors on these things. So you can get a hat like this, but you can change it over to dark gray or blue, navy. This is the navy version. So any of these things, it's great. It's great because you get to personalize it however you want it, and it's 20% off on everything right now. Hey, what's up, Just Nita? It just popped into the house. So another person to say good morning to. My computer had a hiccup this morning, Nita, so you are right on time, which is cool because we were a little bit late getting started. But I want to mention a celebration. What do we celebrate? We celebrate all of you out there in the chat just for being here. But of course, anytime anybody does buy anything from the spread shop during the show, let me know. We're going to celebrate that. We are also going to celebrate any PayPal donations or Buy Me a Coffee donations. And of course, we're going to celebrate new memberships to the channel. Anybody becomes a member, has a membership milestone chat, or drops memberships, gifted memberships in the chat. We're definitely going to celebrate that. We are at, I want to say 74 members right now. So the next big milestone, since we did pass 75, so that's good. So we got the next, the new custom emoji out there. If anybody is a member and wants to show off the custom emoji, the one that we just released, you can put that in the chat right now. Weird. And the next big milestone for the channel will be 100 members of the channel. We would love to reach that milestone, especially before the year mark on the show. I think the year mark for the show comes in June, but if we can do it earlier, hey, that'd be great too. That would be awesome. So any of those gifted memberships, any memberships, anybody becomes a member, we're going to celebrate that. There is the new weird the new emoji in the chat. Let's honor that, Rachel Ziegler. We'll be living with her legacy. She has made a legacy for herself in all the wrong way. I wonder if she will ever get her respect back from audiences. Forget Hollywood. I mean, the question is, will audiences respond well to her in the future on a mass level? Hail, Tommy Doyle. Good to see you in the chat. So any of those types of things, and of course, super chats, super things, super stickers. We have a goal of 5 on the show today of super chats, 99 cents and up. Any of those types of things, we are going to celebrate that. What does a celebration look like on this channel? Well, if I can find it, because it just clicked off, and a celebration is going to look something like this. Saw Minecraft, and that was better than Snow White. Jack Black knows how to entertain. He does know how to entertain. And Minecraft, it's a fun movie. Minecraft is let your brain go somewhere else, go out the door. And by the way, take your kids, because it's a kids movie. It's got some really ridiculous, stupid humor in it. I mean, just the kind of, it's lowball humor. Like the whole flight thing was completely lowball humor, but it's funny. Kids like it. They get a kick out of it. I didn't sense any, particular wokeness in it. Just, you're like, you know what? It doesn't matter. It'll probably, maybe it'll make $1 billion. It's probably on track for that at the box office. But again, there could have potentially been some controversy, not unlike Rachel Zegler with the Snow White and all the things she said. There was an issue with Jack Black. Well, I can't remember his band's name, but one of his band members said something ridiculous on stage, and it was political, and it kind of upset at least half the audience. And Jack Black turned around and he made that situation right. And he, really, really smart move on his part, because you don't want to tank something like a Minecraft movie. It's such a big name. Everybody loves. People are having fun with Minecraft. It's already got such a cult following. So working and lurking is those places, working and lurking, but you're here, and that's all that matters. Not Native Hawaiian is here. He's in the house. Hey, guess what, guys? We got to start off with a really, really good story. We have a positive story, and it's about Disney. Can you believe that? Just Nita says, it's too bad with social media. One stupid young years are never going to forget. She's young, inexperienced dingbat who fell for the Hollywood woke crap and most likely failed world history. Did she even take world history? Come on. I mean, she doesn't look that well educated. I'll be honest with you. She's not in the right ways, maybe in all the wrong ways. She's well educated in the wrong direction. Anyhow. But I agree with you, Nita. You're absolutely on point. Anyway, let's get to the story. Really, really surprisingly, a surprising thing has happened, and that is that we have a good, positive story about Walt Disney World. It's hard to believe. I know, but sometimes good things still happen in Walt Disney World, and we call balls and strikes. And this is a good one here. So let me get this on the screen for you to see. Look at this. It's so cute. We love this. Baby giraffe born at Disney's Animal Kingdom can be spotted. Love that. Spotted now at Kilimanjaro Safaris. And this is cute. We love doing stories like this when there's a good thing that happens. There's a little baby giraffe. And if you go on the Kilimanjaro Safaris at Animal Kingdom, you can see the little baby giraffe. Let's see what Mr. Montanaro has to say about it. Well, many feel that the magic has been hard to come by at Walt Disney World in recent years. There are still a few precious magical moments to be found. One of those just happened at Disney's Animal Kingdom, where the team welcomed a new baby giraffe named Tucker to Kilimanjaro Safaris. I don't know. Are they learning about who their audience is and maybe name this giraffe after Tucker Carlson? Oh, no, I'm just kidding. I highly doubt that's what happened. but it's kind of funny to think about when you think about Disney And then you think about Tucker Carlson and the giraffe named Tucker afterwards. That is just a funny combination. Tucker, the new baby giraffe at Disney's Animal Kingdom at Walt Disney World on the Savannah. Thank you, Attractions Magazine, for that. This week, Disney's Animal Kingdom welcomed a new star to its Kilimanjaro Safari Savannah, a 6-foot-tall baby Maasai giraffe named Tucker. Born to proud Mama Mara, Tucker marks the first giraffe birth at the theme park since 2021. Tucker made his grand debut on Monday in Bay Lake, Florida, under the careful watch of Disney's animal care team. For Mara, a beloved Maasai giraffe who's called Animal Kingdom home since 2015, this is her third calf. She first became a mother in 2019 with the birth of Jabari and has since continued expanding the Savannah family. Tucker's birth is very important for us, said Dr. Mark Penning, Vice President of Animals, Science, and Environment at Disney, in a video shared by the company. It's a testament to Disney's leadership in animal care and conservation. This plan focuses on maintaining genetic diversity of the giraffe population and helping prevent giraffes from becoming extinct. Animal care manager Jen Hernandez echoed the excitement, telling local station West TV that it's a milestone day for the park. We're really excited to see him have all his firsts, she said. He's out for the first time, meeting new animals for the first time, meeting his aunties for the first time. It's kind of an exciting day, so it's all hands on deck. Maasai giraffes, known for their jagged, vine-like spots and towering grace, are listed as endangered. Only about 30,000 remain in the wild, according to the International Union for Conservation of Nature. As one of 4 recognized giraffe species, they are part of a shrinking population of just over 117,000 wild giraffes worldwide. The Giraffe Conservation Foundation in Namibia reports that reality adds even greater significance to Tucker's birth. His arrival also comes at a time of celebration for the Disney Conservation Fund, which is marking 30 years of supporting global efforts to protect wildlife and inspire environmental stewardship. From African savannas to Florida's own themed habitats, Disney has invested in programs that promote biodiversity and safeguard future generations of animals like Tucker. While there's a lot to be said about Disney's management and direction in the last few years, and we have said plenty, their conservation efforts are still commendable. As guests catch a glimpse of the lanky newborn finding his footing, many may not realize they're also witnessing the latest chapter in a much larger. Let me start that over again. As guests catch a glimpse of the lanky newborn finding his footing, many may not realize they're also witnessing the latest chapter in a much larger conservation story. But for now, Tucker's simply focused on the basics, stretching those legs, meeting his extended family, and navigating his brand new world, one hoof step at a time. Isn't that cute? I love seeing little stories like this, a little glimpse of happiness in what otherwise might be, the dismal Disney daily theme. And we don't like seeing that. We want to see good things about Disney. So I love having a story about a brand new baby giraffe being born. What is up, Theme Park Casual? I see you in the chat there. Yay, I have Theme Park Casual. So we love stories like this. So what do you think about Disney's Animal Kingdom? The fact that they are still birthing new calves, new giraffes, baby giraffes. Comment below your thoughts about this new baby giraffe Tucker in the comments. Let us know before you go. Thank you so much. And thank you, chat, for being here and all of the support we get from the chat. And you know what? We did an animal story, so I think that we need a very small, at least a small animal celebration with a bear that we know as Culture Bear. Oh my goodness gracious me, Culture Bear in the house. Very excited to see Culture Bear there. Yes. Yeah, so this happened considering she got a role in a Spielberg movie out of thin air. Just Spielberg. The reason that she got that role, by the way, we're going back to Rachel Zegler real quick. The reason she got that role is because she was in a cattle call. Spielberg wanted to cast the movie, I believe, the way that a Broadway show is often cast. And so he did a catacall to find Maria. And I don't know about all of the other roles in the show in particular, but yeah, I mean, so she proved at least talent on a talent level for her singing and stuff. Although the more I've watched her sing, the more I've noticed certain things about her, like when she belts out a note, she'll go slightly flat. Sometimes she brings it up, but it's my ears are trained for that, so I hear it. Good afternoon, follow the brothers in chat. Good afternoon, Juliet. Hello, hello, hello. But yeah, so that's what happened with Rachel. She got extremely, I mean, I would say absolutely extremely lucky with the situation, that she was in. And here's the thing: she got cast, and then she also did to Spielberg. She did a good job when they were filming West Side Story. You have to remember when you're filming a movie, you have the dailies, you have what happens on set, and then you have a final product that is so different. What people actually see. As somebody who's been in several movies, I can tell you, as an actor, I have been in a few movies, and even though the movies are low budget, all of the same principles apply. What happens on the day, the fun that you have, the interaction, all of that doesn't necessarily apply to what's going to end up happening in the movie over time. When it's edited and it comes out and it's a different product. Like, I am sure that when they were filming West Side Story, Spielberg in his mind is going, this is going to make $1 billion. This is going to be the greatest thing ever. And it was just a horrible financial flop. Even though I think it won some awards and some things like that, but like it really doesn't matter when in the end, it doesn't make money for the executives of the company, whoever's producing it. What do they want to make? They want to make money. And by doing West Side Story the way it was done, and also taking a story from the 1960s and injecting modern politics into it, which they did for some of the characters and some of the things and some of the ways that they literally changed the lyrics of the song, and the timing in which it came out. Nobody wanted West Side Story to be redone. It just, Steven Spielberg had an interest in it so much that he thought the public would have an interest in it, and the public just doesn't have as much of an interest in West Side Story anymore. It's just out of the public zeitgeist, so it didn't do well. Well, in that process, so Rachel Zegler was picked, and she didn't have any public political takes at that time. So Spielberg then recommends her for Snow White, thinking she's going to do great as the character, and the fact that, I mean, she doesn't look that off from just the general look of Snow White, even though they probably could have given her a lighter color makeup or whatever. I will say this about the Snow White cartoon. Snow White cartoon has very hazel eyes. She's got a very specific look. Hazel, porcelain. She should look like a porcelain doll come to life, and they didn't do that. More than that, they had no idea who they'd hired when it came to her outward political takes or the things that she was going to say. And the things that she said, they also hired 2 actresses who, after the production wrapped, ended up on very different sides of a political issue. So between the time that the initial production was finished and the movie actually came out to theaters, there's a lag there. I mean, there was just so much. Basically, everything that could have gone wrong with the Snow White movie just about did. There was a fire on the set. I mean, The movie was cursed from the beginning. It was as if Walt Disney's spirit was saying, "Hey, don't remake this into a live action, guys." And they didn't take the hint. I kind of think that's what happened. And on that note, we are going to get to the next story. Now, I do want to remind you before we get going, we have a goal of 5 supers on the show today. 5 supers, 5 memberships, anything like that. And I can't put memberships in the goal, which I wish I could, would be great. And I've written YouTube about that on several occasions. Please, YouTube, please, in the goal, allow memberships to be a part of it. But anyway, if we hit that goal or whatever, I want to let you guys know. I'm planning on doing, I actually tried to set one up yesterday, a private members only stream, like Q&A, fun time, good times together, having that. And I want to be able to start setting those up. So just letting you know, anything that can any contributions toward that with supers or memberships, we'll go and we'll do like a members only live stream on the weekend. And then we got some really, really cool things coming up on the show. I'm so excited for what is about to happen on the channel. Some things I can't tell you, but they're in the pipeline and they're very, very, very exciting. But on that note, getting back, we were talking about Snow White, right? Well, here's something that is kind of ironic. Disney Snow White is still in theaters, but not doing so well. As a matter of fact, in my local theater right now, Disney Snow White is only playing 1 time a day on 1 screen a day in my local theater. It's only in, like, this is a Disney tent pole, and they're 3 weeks in, like it's in the 4th week out to audiences, and it's already reduced. I don't know how many screens. It's got to have reduced a lot of screens if it's only getting 1 time a day play at my local theater. And on top of all the bad box office news about Snow White and all the bad Rachel Zegler news about Snow White, oh gosh, there's more bad news about Snow White. But I will try and do my best to tell you the bad news in a good way, if I can.
I have news.
What type of news is it?
Well, to be perfectly frank, it's bad.
Maybe if you tell me the bad news in a good way, it won't sound so bad.
The bad news in a good way. Yes, I can do that. Well, here goes. Wait till you hear this.
So here's the next set of bad news about Snow White. It created pollution. Oh, golly. You know how people complain about like car pollution, auto pollution? Apparently Snow White produced more pollution than Fast and Furious movies. And that is really, really funny. So let me get this up on the screen. It's a bad news story, but it's funny to talk about. So I guess it's kind of easy to talk about the bad news in a good way. Out of thatparkplace.com. Of course, if you're not bookmarked, make sure that you bookmark thatparkplace.com. Disney's Snow White production pollution exceeds Fast and Furious as company continues to lecture the world on climate. What an irony. This is by M. Montanaro. As if things couldn't get any worse for Disney's struggling live-action remake of Snow White, a new report reveals that the production has left behind a massive carbon footprint, larger than some of Hollywood's most explosive action films. Yes, according to The Guardian, the scale of the Snow White's production pollution even outpaced the most recent Fast and Furious movie. Oh, man. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy to think about, isn't it? Like, we're talking about a movie, Fast and Furious, that deals with cars and explosions and is putting lots and lots of pollutants into the air. And apparently Snow White and Rachel Zegler was more polluting than Fast and Furious. That's right. Snow White didn't just crash at the box office. It may have helped crash the environment too. Disney's fairy tale turns toxic. The report, which analyzed over 250 Disney productions in the UK since 2019, found that Snow White and The Little Mermaid were the two most polluting films Disney has made in that region since environmental reporting became mandatory. Snow White generated 3,153 tons of CO2 equivalent. That's 62% higher than the 2,600 TCO2e benchmark typically allowed for large-scale productions. For comparison, The Little Mermaid was even worse, emitting 5,127 tons of toxins. Together, the Snow White pollution total and The Little Mermaid emissions surpassed the annual carbon output of Birmingham and Luton airports. How did they do that? I have no idea. Individually, each movie created more pollution than London's O2 Arena and the Blackpool Pleasure Beach. That's not just excessive, it's grotesque, especially coming from a company that routinely promotes its climate commitments and sustainability pledges. Disney's hypocrisy on display. Disney has positioned itself as a leader in corporate environmental responsibility for years. They've published glossy ESG, that's environmental, social, and governance reports, made bold net zero carbon pledges, and love to talk about sustainability at events like D23 and shareholder meetings. Here are just a few of their public promises. Disney's green commitments on paper. Net zero greenhouse gas emissions by 2030, zero waste to landfill by 2030, 100% renewable electricity by 2030. Reduce emissions from film and TV productions globally. Great job on that one, Bob. Use of green set practices like LED lighting, biodiesel generators, and digital paperwork. But here's the kicker. Despite all that, Snow White and The Little Mermaid, two of Disney's most recent films, are now confirmed to be the most polluting Disney productions filmed in the UK since reporting began. So much for green filmmaking. You know, let's call it what it is. It's a PR spin. There is Bob Iger, 2019 Disney Legends Award ceremony at the D23 Expo. Oy. I tell you what, Bob Iger is definitely a legend in his own mind. While the company lectures audiences about being responsible citizens and produces content with a heavy dose of corporate morality, it's behind the scenes burning through resources and leaving carbon footprints that rival airports. Yeah. The Snow White pollution report proves one thing. When the cameras stop rolling, the sustainability slogans disappear and the smoke machines crank right back on. More bad news for an already failing film. The latest Snow White pollution headline is just the newest addition to an ever-growing mountain of bad press. The film, which opened on March 28th, has been plagued by negative buzz for more than a year. Poor Rachel Zegler. Controversy began when lead actress Rachel Zegler, criticizing the original animated oh boy, I'll tell you what, mornings. Controversy began with lead actress Rachel Zegler criticizing the original animated film and suggesting the remake would modernize its outdated themes. Horrible take. That went over poorly with Disney's traditional fan base, combined with the studio's odd treatment of the Seven Dwarfs, inconsistent messaging, and multiple delays. The film was already on shaky ground. It opened with just $43 million, far below the projected $85 million, and quickly plummeted at the box office. As of this weekend, it has fallen to fourth place, earning only $5.9 million in its third weekend. Even more humiliating, it was beaten by a Fathom event, The Chosen, Last Supper, Part 2, a limited-run religious film playing in far, far fewer theaters. Final thoughts. Fairy tale that should have stayed in the vault. The Snow White pollution report is more than just an unfortunate footnote. It's a symbol of everything that went wrong with this film. Disney tried to remake a classic, politicized it, misunderstood its audience, and now has a financial flop and an environmental scandal on its hands. Instead of Telling timeless stories for families, Disney's live action division is now telling cautionary tales for film studios. Boy, if the goal was to modernize a beloved classic, the final product speaks volumes. Fans didn't want it. Audience didn't show up. Disney backtracked on its own moral stance and got caught. It's time for Disney to rethink its strategy because no matter how you frame it, artistically, financially, or ecologically, Snow White is no longer the fairest of them all. Oh my goodness. You need to sound off in the comments below. Please do sound off about this one, regardless of what your stance may be on environmental subjects. This one actually has facts to back it up. This movie did, in fact, create a situation that is potentially very harmful to the environment, and more than airports, more than other films, more than the cars. And the biggest thing about that is the hypocrisy of Disney. Do you think Disney's being hypocritical? Sound up below and let us know what your thoughts are about this and any other thoughts you may have about the Snow White live action remake. Snow White live action remake. Sound off in the comments below before you go out the door. Thank you so much. Golly. Hey, Dylan. You haven't gotten your name back yet. I see that. Rollo Adams. Hello, Rollo Adams. Da 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 da. 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 All righty, let's see where we are here in the chat. All right, I'm dismissing the pin message. Anyhow. Okay. I want to see what other people's comments might have been about this. Good morning. I'd rather watch A Better Man with Robbie Williams. Not having English subtitles was a dumb decision. Did they not have subtitles on the Snow White theme? Theme park casuals in the house. What's up, TPC? See you there. Hey, go and show you. Hey, theme park casual. Everybody's saying hi to each other. Get the bears. Guys, give us a reason to celebrate so we can celebrate in the chat. We still have the goal of 5 supers to go on this, and even one will make me happy. If you got it out there. If you don't, I will say this, by the way, never ever super or gift or become a member or anything like that if you cannot financially afford it. That is very, very, very important, especially to me. Don't do anything that you cannot afford it to do. But if you can't afford it and you want to, I say go for it. Thank you so much. Let us get to our final story of the day. This one is terrific. This is an interesting story for sure. How do I preface this? Before we started today on this particular story, I want to let you know this is not about any personal politics of the situation. It involves politics, but that's because of what is going on in the world. And I am simply here to tell you about it. Okay, so don't shoot the messenger depending on what side you may come in on this. That's up to you completely. We don't choose that for you here. We just give you the story and then you give your thoughts on it. But this is an interesting one because it does have to do with the new tariffs placed by the Trump administration on China and how they might affect the Walt Disney Company. So let me put this on the screen. This is outofthatparkplace.com. Again, I will remind you, if you're not bookmarked, please do bookmark to thatparkplace.com for all the news that should be fun. Yes, indeed. And this one is an important one. This story written by the man, the myth, the legend himself, WDW Pro. Disney World's potential response to Epic Universe could be utterly crippled by Chinese tariff escalations, devastating the company. Oh, well, that doesn't sound like a good thing at all. Let's see what WDW Pro has to say about. Oh, look at Bob Iger. Hey, do you notice this, though? His little microphone on his lapel, even with his strange expression, does kind of make a kind of an awkward hidden Mickey. That's interesting. Universal's new Epic Universe theme park is indeed incredible. It eclipses by far anything Disney has to offer. But thoughts that Disney could begin building a response for the next 5 years may all be dashed away by the new Chinese tariffs. For Bob Iger, it could be a devastating blow to his legacy. The recent escalation in tariffs between the United States and China poses significant challenges for companies like the Walt Disney Company, particularly concerning the expansion and maintenance of their domestic theme parks. The construction or even expansion of new theme park assets domestically would likely lean heavily on Chinese imports, which could be double the cost for years to come. Setting aside Disney's complacent manner in which they allowed their biggest competitor to outclass them in Orlando significantly without any immediate response, the Magic Kingdom now faces a possible reality in which they can't afford to even respond late. In contrast, Universal Studios' timely opening of its Epic Universe theme park has fortuitously shielded it from these financial strains. And in this post by New York Post out of X, Disney boss Bob Iger warns about the impact of Trump tariffs in surprise stop at ABC News staff meeting. Yes, there it is. That's on X for you to see. Disney's domestic theme parks, notably Walt Disney World and Disneyland, rely heavily on imported materials and advanced animatronics, many of which are manufactured in China. The U.S. administration's recent tariff increased to 104% on Chinese goods effective April 9th, 2025. That was yesterday, as of my reporting of this, has substantially raised the cost of these imports. In retaliation, China imposed an 84% tariff on U.S. goods going from here to China starting April 10th, 2025, further intensifying the trade conflict. And for those of you that don't realize that there's really not a lot that goes out from the U.S. to China, so it's not as big of a deal to us. Disney CEO Bob Iger has expressed concerns about the potential impact of these tariffs on the company's $60 billion expansion plans for its theme parks and cruise lines. Iger indicated that escalating costs might necessitate scaling back or delaying these projects. He also warned that increased expenses could lead to higher prices for consumers, affecting everything from admission fees to merchandise and food within the parks. Ooh. That's a no good, no buenas right there. The construction industry is already feeling the pressure of rising material costs due to these tariffs. Companies building new factories in the U.S. are bracing for higher expenses, with some projects being delayed or canceled as a result. This trend suggests that Disney's planned expansions could face similar hurdles, potentially leading to project postponements or increased debt to finance the higher costs. Even maintaining current tech could be a stretch for Disney, as our own sources claim Disney is struggling to source components for broken animatronics already in the domestic parks. One workaround for this is that Disney could purchase the parts for their Chinese parks via Chinese companies, then ship them to domestic Disney parks as an intercompany sale. But would the U.S. government allow such a thing? It might ease burdens on existing supply needs if the government allows it, but a new park expansion certainly couldn't use such a method for construction acquisitions. In contrast, Universal Studios is poised to benefit from the timing of its new theme park, Epic Universe, which is scheduled to open on May 22nd, 2025. The construction of Epic Universe was largely completed before the implementation of the new tariffs, allowing Universal to avoid the brunt of increased material and equipment costs. This strategic advantage enables Universal to offer competitive pricing and maintain robust profit margins, positioning positioning it favorably in the market. The broader theme park industry is likely to experience ripple effects from the US-China trade war. Rising costs for construction materials and imported goods could lead to increased ticket prices, reduced consumer spending, and potential declines in attendance. Theme park operators may need to reassess their supply chains, seek alternative suppliers, or consider domestic manufacturing options, all of which could involve additional costs and logistical challenges. However, tariffs can lead to much better financials for domestic theme parks that aren't spending heavily on imported CapEx projects. The reason is that it becomes far easier financial burden for families to spend money domestically in a tariff environment. This is why Universal Studios could not have timed this better. I mean, I don't know if that's serendipitous, if it's fortuitous, whatever, but or just plain good luck on Universal's part, but bam, I mean, they are in the right spot timing wise. Moreover, the uncertainty surrounding international trade policies may deter future investments in large scale projects as companies become more cautious about committing substantial resources amid volatile economic conditions. This environment underscores the importance of strategic planning and adaptability for companies operating in industries heavily reliant on global supply chains. The escalating tariffs between the US and China present significant challenges for the Walt Disney Company, potentially hindering its expansion plans and increasing operational costs. Iger has already suggested cruise ships may not be completed as planned. Now analysts will begin to wonder if Disney World expansions are also on the chopping block. Meanwhile, Epic will be chopping away at Disney's market share relentlessly. Yes, indeed, they will. Sound off in the comments below. What are your thoughts about the tariffs on China specifically, how they could impact Disney, how they could impact Universal? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Let us know before you go out the door. And thank you so much. And we have something to get to over here, which I believe is Going Shogi for the 5 coming in. Bob Iger, quote, "We're going to quiet the noise." Also, Bob Iger, "You just don't understand tariffs." Yeah, he's quieting the noise with an air horn. What an excellent comment. Thank you for the super Going Shogi. We have got to celebrate that one, I think, with a Wookiee dance. The llama chicken was funny. Love Minecraft. Sorry, I stepped off for a minute. We had a great time at Nita and Minecraft. I did a kind of a partial review on yesterday's Daily Dish. I don't know if I'm going to put up a full review on the channel because it just seems unnecessary at this point in time. But Xander loved it, and that was the most important thing about it. Yeah, it is very much like the stupid stuff we would see as kids in the 90s. But here's the thing, and people... underneath it, and just need it, you can chime in on this if you agree with me or not. I believe there was a lesson to be learned. Now, in the beginning of the Minecraft movie, the in something that I think that is, it feels like it's kind of different than reality. But the kid in Minecraft, he's very creative, right? Honestly, there's a sense that he might even be a little bit on the spectrum. A little bit. Could be wrong, but a little bit. And he wanted to be creative, and he is very creative. Like, he just got this creative mind, and he's just really good about it. And supposedly the kids at school are making fun of him for it. Of course, there's a major accident that he has, and with his creativity. But the point of the movie is that if you are a creative person, just be that creative person, and don't let anybody deter you from that. I think that's a great message. If you are creative, be you. Be that creative. Like, create good things for society. Create helpful things for society. Do not destroy, but create. And that's basically the message of the movie, is that it's really, really simple. It comes down to a message of destroying is bad, creating is good, which, by the way, is a lesson that Disney could learn a lot from these days. You do not have to destroy in order to create. Hello, Disney. Hello, watch the Minecraft movie. Get a lesson from it. Yes, you might notice that Epic Universe, they didn't really destroy anything. There's an open fields, and they created something amazing. So, yeah. So Nita says, I never played Minecraft. I thought it was nice, light, silly, fun. Blackjack was funny. Exactly. So there you go. Anyhow, thank you guys so much for being here today. Thank you again. Go and Shogi for the 5. I appreciate that. And we're going to send you off to Culture Casino now. Unfortunately, sadly, we started a little bit late, and we got to get James all day. Comes in real quick. They destroyed Splash Mountain. Exactly. That's my whole point. James. They destroyed Splash, and they didn't create something better in its place. They created something worse in its place. So that was like a palate cleanser. Is that what you're saying, Justnita? That's funny. That is really, really funny. Guys, thank you so much for being here today. We got to send you over to Culture Casino. I believe he's getting started right now. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. And until next time, we will, in fact, see ya real soon. Bye, everybody. Thank you. Thank you for your patience and waiting to come in today. And thank you for being here. See you real soon. Bye. Ciao. Ciao, everybody.